Have you ever heard of the Tower of Babel? It's one of the most intriguing stories from ancient times. It's a fascinating story from the Bible, filled with lessons that resonate even in our modern world. The tale is not just about a tower, but about human ambition, unity, and the consequences of overreaching. The story is found in the book of Genesis, chapter 11. It begins with people speaking one language and working together. They decided to build a tower that would reach the heavens, a symbol of their collective strength and ambition. But there was more to it. The story of the Tower of Babel is an old story, yet it holds timeless wisdom. It teaches us something very important about the human condition and our relationship with the divine. It teaches us about what happens when we forget about God and place our trust solely in our own abilities. It teaches us about the dangers of pride, how it can lead to our downfall when we become too self-reliant. And it teaches us the importance of humility, of recognizing our limitations and the need for a higher power. Are you ready to learn about the Tower of Babel? Join us as we explore this ancient story and uncover its profound messages for us today. Once upon a time, long ago, in a world very different from ours, everyone in the world spoke the same language. It was a time of unity and understanding. Can you imagine that? Everyone understood each other perfectly, with no barriers or misunderstandings. The people were like one big family, sharing their lives and dreams. They traveled east, looking for a good place to live, a place where they could build their future together. They found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there, feeling hopeful and excited. The people felt very strong and united, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They had a lot of skills and knowledge which they used to improve their lives and their community. They felt like they could do anything together. Their unity and shared purpose made them unstoppable, and they celebrated their achievements with joy and pride. One day, someone had an idea. Let's build a city and a tower that reaches all the way to heaven. They wanted to be famous. They thought, this tower will be amazing. Everyone will remember us. The people were excited about the idea. They started making bricks and gathering materials. They dreamed of their names being remembered forever. They began to build their tower higher and higher. But there was a problem. Their hearts were filled with pride. They weren't building the tower to honor God. They were building it to honor themselves. They wanted to be like God. God saw what they were doing. He saw their pride. He knew that their tower wouldn't make them happy. He knew that their plan would only lead to more selfishness and division. He knew he had to do something. Section 5, the confusion of tongues. God came down to see the city and the tower. He said, look at what they are doing. They are united, but their hearts are far from me. If they can do this now, nothing will be impossible for them. God had a plan. He confused their language so they could no longer understand each other. It was chaos. People couldn't communicate. They couldn't finish building their tower. Section 6, learning from Babel. What can we learn from the story of the Tower of Babel? This ancient tale holds many lessons for us today. The people in the story made a big mistake. They were united in their ambition, but their intentions were misguided. They thought they could reach heaven without God. Their desire to build a tower that touched the sky was driven by arrogance. They let their pride get in the way. They believed they could achieve greatness on their own, without divine guidance. We should never think we are better than others. True greatness comes from humility and cooperation. We should never try to be like God. Our role is not to challenge the divine, but to live in harmony with it. Instead, we should be humble and kind. By recognizing our limitations, we can better appreciate the strengths of others. We should use our gifts and talents to help others, not just ourselves. When we work together and support one another, we create a community that thrives. Section 7. Walking humbly with God. What does it mean to be humble? It means putting others first. It means being thankful for what we have. It means asking God for help when we need it. We can all learn from the story of the Tower of Babel. We can choose to work together in love and humility. We can choose to use our gifts to make the world a better place with God's help. Section 8. Remember, God loves us very much. He wants us to be close to Him. He wants us to use our gifts for good. Let's learn from the mistakes of the past and build a better future together. A future where we work together, help each other, and always remember that God is in control.